Hi. This is the preliminary results page for the study we're doing on relative characteristics of physical activities, and I just wanted to do a quick video to explain, go through how this page works, because I think it's really simple, but maybe it's not immediately easy to grasp if you're not familiar with it. So you can read all this text here later. I'm just going to jump into I'm going to show you what the text is saying. So there's these questions should look familiar. These are the questions you answered in the survey when you took the survey. There's a link to the survey right here. If you click it, you go to the survey, and that's where you basically you think of two physical activities that you've participated in, and then and then rank compare them on the dimensions or these questions that were asked about making comparisons between those two activities. So then all that data is processed by the statistical model, and then what comes back is it changes those relative rankings into absolute rankings. So we don't need to go into those details, but the point here is that this is a user interface for exploring the data that after it gets digested. So the important column here is the weight. So the weights are all 0 right now. I can ensure they're 0 by clicking the reset button and just setting them to 0. They're already 0, but let's just reset them again. And then you can pick one of these questions. So right now all these physical activities are in alphabetical order, but let's pick one of these questions, okay, maybe the waiting one. How much time do you feel like is spent waiting for the next step in the activity? So let's set that to 1. And now if we scroll back up here, you'll see that these are no longer in alphabetical order, but they've been reordered. So and now you have to think about weighting in terms like, okay, so baseball, yeah, that probably has a lot of weighting. So because you're standing in the outfield and you're waiting for the pitcher to throw the ball to the batter, and the batter has to hit it, and then you get to do something. But and then of course, if you're on the other team, you're sitting on the bleachers waiting to go up for bat. So yeah, there's a lot of waiting in baseball. Now I'm not sure about weightlifting. I guess there is some waiting in weight. There's two meanings, of course, for the word weight. That's not why weightlifting is ranked number 1 here. The reason is because we just don't have a lot of data yet. So I would expect baseball to involve even more weighting than weightlifting eventually when we have more data. But if you go back down to the other side, like football and running, aerobic exercise, certainly aerobic exercise, you shouldn't be doing any weighting. If you're doing any weighting, then it's not very aerobic. So aerobic exercise is probably going to head towards to this extreme as we get more data. And running already kind of makes sense, although you could imagine if you're running outside, you may have to kind of wait like at a crosswalk. Like if you're running, but then you need to cross a street and it's a busy intersection, so you may have to wait a little there. I'm just imagining what might happen. And I guess in football, there's certainly during the play there isn't much waiting, unless you're not doing it right, unless you're not paying attention. But maybe between the plays there might be some waiting. So I would expect football to kind of drift more towards the middle. Anyway. So this is a very rough ranking. We just don't have enough data yet down here in the data connectivity section, this is like a chart of all the, which sports are ranked relative to other sports, and the color coding and all that is explained. You can read about that in the document. I'm not going to go into that now, but I think the main point here is that so far data is available from 123 pairs, or from 147 responses. So that's as of February 27. So that's not a lot of data. That's not very good. So that's why we have some data quality problems. That, like, the rankings are very rough, but already you can start to see things that make sense, like that baseball is going towards one extreme, and maybe aerobic exercise towards the other extreme for weighting. So so we can set this. So then the other thing I want to show you is, like, suppose you set a bunch of weights in here. Well, whenever you set a weight, this link down here will update. And if you wanted to share your weights with your friends, you can just copy that and email it or whatever, and then paste that link into a new tab, and your weights will get set. Here's weighting, and what did I say? Minor physical injury. Yeah, so -1. So that's a way of, like, sharing the weights you think are interesting. All right, so I think that's a wrap for now. I might do some more videos later going into kind of more of the details here, but that'll get you started.